Welcome back to Sew Frugal 2024, and I am so happy to be here. This is my third year doing this, and this is kind of really where my channel started from, and it's just so much fun. So if you don't know, Sew Frugal is a sewing challenge run by Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Sam from the Frugalissima, and run by Sam from Frugalissima, and they put in so much work. It's like crazy because they don't get anything back from this. So the challenge rules is you choose a free pattern, and this is where we come in. You choose some fabric from your stash. I handily did a fabric haul last month, so if you want to check that out, you can do. And you make a garment from your free pattern and your stash in the month of March, and then you reveal your garment in all its beauty on March 1st, 31st on Instagram using the hashtag, you guessed it, SewFrugal24. Now, points win prizes. The more entries, the more chance you've got to win prizes. Prizes, you say? Yes, there are sponsors. So many people sponsor these videos. So you get free stuff, you might win prizes, or you get pans, which is equally amazing. Like, so cool. Now, generally, I don't enter because I'm not that organized. I just don't get around to actually making stuff. We're in like we're March now, and I've actually not managed to complete anything this year. So maybe this is the month that actually managed to get my act into gear. We will see. I'm not 100% certain, but I do have some beautiful fabric, which I will show you because I've been ruminating on free patterns, and I've even sent some to the printers. So they should be arriving in the next couple of days. Free patterns, but I've gotten them printed in a Zero Copy shop. I have a link to one below. You get money off and I get money off. It's just one of those links you get. You know, when you order something, you get a pop-up saying, "No, if you recommend someone, you get money off." It's not like a sponsorship or affiliate or anything. It is an affiliate link, but the one that gets sent to everyone. I'm not special, goddammit. This is the third time I'm filming this. The first time I did not record sound. The second time I hit the slow-mo button, which is the same button you have to change between like the different modes on the camera, and there is no way of disabling it. It's so annoying because I hit this bloody button more often than I should. Now, I wrote a script for this video. At this point, I think I might actually know it off by heart. This is the first time I've actually written a script. Like, because I want to give you more, like, the same information. Every time I do a compilation video, I miss out information because I get so overexcited at all these amazingly pretty patterns. Now, as you can tell from the title, we're doing dresses. Because I entered my dress era last summer and I'm ready to expand upon that. I realised that I am not a winter sewist. I like to knit in winter. I made this hexagon cardigan, and honestly I wear it all the time. This is the Soroku jumpsuit by Deer & Doe, and I love it. It's so nice. Like, and when I'm a bit more busty during certain points of my cycle, this just fits even better. It's just so lovely and makes me feel a bit more confident, and I'm really wanting to feel that right now. I'm not to feel so down all the time. The weather is killing me. It's awful. So I'm hoping by doing like this amazing summer dress video, which obviously not just summer dresses, you can wear them in spring, just stick a cardigan on. We're gonna bring spring inside. We're gonna make spring happen, which is amazing because during the month of March, spring does happen. Now, my sewing compatriot today, so for Serenity, I have linked her channel below, so make sure you go check her out. And I've linked the playlist as well, so if you want to watch everyone every day, you can do, or you might want to save everyone up and watch everyone all in one go. So we have 2 vloggers a day for all of March. We've done really well this month. I will be active on social media, on Instagram. I'm more active on TikTok because it's just way better for engagement, honestly. Instagram, I feel, just has lost its way. But TikTok's so much fun. Was against TikTok for quite a long time, but now I'm here for it. Without further ado, let's crack the hell on. The first pattern I have printed this off is the sewing pattern 4157. What an amazing name. And it is available from Lecala. Lecala? I'm not sure how to pronounce this. This comes in a size 3XS to 5XL, or you can put in your measurements and it will spit out a pattern for you. Stick your email address in, and about 20 minutes later, you'll get an email going, it's ready, and then you can download it. And I've done this. So this is from Woven Fabric. Now, the reason I picked this dress is because, one, I've wanted to always try their patterns. They've got a few free ones and plenty of paid ones. I wanted to see what the fit's going to be like for my custom measurements, because I am having some issues recently because I've realised I have quite a short torso, and I'm having quite a lot of fit issues with bodices, with the top half of clothes, because obviously my waist is a lot higher, my rib cage, the princess seams sit too far out on my body, stuff falls off my shoulders. It's just a ton of issues. It's really frustrating. So if this website works, I then know I can go in and stick my measurements in, and if there's a pattern I want to pay for, I'll be okay, I know, trust. Is that know, like, trust? And free patterns are always a brilliant way to try and build trust in people, because then you will more likely to spend money, which is why a lot of free patterns ask for your email address. So if you want to set up a separate sewing email address, so then you don't lose all your patterns, you can just go to your sewing email address and then they're all there. They're not going to get buried in the millions of other emails that you get. What I like about this is the cap sleeves. I just think they look really cute. It's got front and back darts, so it's going to give you a bit more shaping. I would lengthen this to be a little bit longer, and I'd probably give it a little bit of more of an A-line feel in the skirt as well, just for it to be a bit more flouncy. And if I bend down, I'm not going to, flash the neighborhood. So the difficulty rating for this is 2 out of 5. So I think for a confident beginner, you're going to be absolutely grand. Moving on to a really interesting dress, which I think would be absolutely amazing for weddings, like spring summer weddings. Perfect. It's called the Ruby dress from Sew Your TV, and it comes in size 0 to 20, and it also comes in cup size A to double D, which I think is fantastic, because if you're a smaller boob lady, I think a lot of time we sort of get buried in some patterns that are made for like B, C cups, and you put them on, you're like, oh, it just drowns out your chest a little bit. So I think being able to size for the right chest size is not something I've done before, and it'd be something I'm quite interested to try, because I think that might actually solve some of my problems. Again, this is from a Woven Fabric, and some of the features of this, it features a circle skirt, which I love because then you can twirl and it'd be so much fun, and inseam pockets. I love that pockets are more the norm now. Like, just give us pockets, and designers have listened. And you get 2 zipper options. You've got the exposed zipper and the visible zipper. And I know the invisible zipper is usually like the one we all sort of gravitate towards. I still can't do invisible zippers, but the red dress here with the gold zip on the back, I'm a sucker for red, clearly. But this, I just think it's just so statement. Like, the zipper is there, we know it's there, and she's beautiful. Like, I just love this look. And difficulty rating for this one is 3 out of 5, so I'd say that's like an intermediate sewer. I wish we could agree on terms. Like, 1, absolute beginner; 2, confident beginner, experienced beginner; 3, intermediate; 4, what's 4? Who knows? And like, no one ever says their pattern is a 4 or 5 difficulty rating, do they? But I think it just depends on what you know and how good you are at reading sizes. I also think this dress will be beautiful for afternoon tea. Now, we're going from our beautiful dresses that are good for weddings and afternoon tea to something a bit more casual, something that you just want to throw on day to day. You want to pop to the shop, stick your trainers on, this is the dress for you. You want to go to the beach with your kids and your dog, stick this dress on. And you can probably guess why I like this. It's called a nautical rope dress. You put nautical in the title, I will buy it, because I used to work at sea, right? So this is available from Sew Magazine. Login is required, as always with these types of websites, and it's available in size 8 to 20 UK, and this is made from a beautiful jersey fabric. I do like the rope detail, but if you don't like that because you think it's a bit of a faff, you can then just make some tape fabric and just put that through in a matching one. And then it's a little less obvious that you've got a drawstring at the waist. But I like that you've got the option. You can make this a little bit oversized and then you can draw it in with the drawstring if you want, or you can have it looser for a looser fit after. If you've gone to the beach and then you're having fish and chips afterwards. Oh, perfect. I'm so excited for summer. And again, I think this is a perfect one to lengthen or shorten based on what your needs and requirements are. So sticking with the fun and oversized dresses, you know I like to usually have something that's fitted at the waist to show that I have a waistline. But I think I'm trying to like open my wardrobe a bit. Sometimes I just want a little bit of an oversized look. And I think this one, the wide strap maxi dress from Peppermint Magazine, is fantastic. And I think the reason I like it is because it's made out of linen, and the colour is beautiful. And the elastic on the back, I think, is such a perfect idea. And it looks like it's not just a thin bit of elastic, it's a nice chunky bit of elastic, which I think is super fun. And obviously I like stuff that will change with size. That's why I like this, is because it fits sort of no matter what. Because it's made out of jersey. This comes in a 30-inch bust to a 51.5-inch bust, which equates to a 54.5-inch hip. Now it features some side splits as well, which I love a good side split. I just think it's so sexy and fun and just makes it a little less modest. Makes it a little less modest, I think. And again, they've said that this is a 2 out of 5, which they say is a confident beginner. Now, the beauty with Peppermint is you can search the hashtag and then you can see what everyone else has made. So you can see like any fit issues that people have had, different types of fabric, if you want to see it in a different, like a less structured fabric or a more flowy. Just check it out on Instagram, and people usually do make quite a lot of the Peppermint Magazine makes. So there's always a good range, a good selection to have a nosy. Peppermint now have a pricing structure, so you can pay nothing if you want, or you can pay all the way up to $20. Now I think this is good because then you can try out a company and think, yeah, that is for me. And then if they then release something else, you then be like, okay, well, I've tried it out, I like them, let's pay some money for it. Next up is the Orchard top dress, and I have spoken about this before, I think, as a top, and it's available from Helen's Closet, and I just don't think you can get any simpler than any of these types of dresses. I made a slip dress last summer in a linen look fabric, and that, I think that is what started my like for non-structured dresses, without such a waist, because it's soft, so easy just to throw on. It looks super cute with my trainers, and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, these sorts of dresses, there is more to them than you think. Fun, easy to wear. I think it's the ease to wear, and I was like, yes, I can get into this. I don't always have to be so put together. I'm never put together, but I don't always have to have my waist as the main feature of me. So available from Helen's Closet patterns, and available in a up to 62-inch hip. Again, this is in a woven fabric. It features inseam pockets and an A-line silhouette, and they say this is an advanced beginner, which I would say again is 2-3 out of 5. But again, it looks quite simple. I think the most complicated thing would be the binding, which binding's a pain in the ass, but I would always recommend you make your own binding now, because I've been the person who buys the cheap binding off the internet, and it's just not worth it, honestly. It really isn't. It falls apart, and it's never quite the same shade that you're looking for. Next up is the Mara Lounge dress by Bonnie and the Bite, and this is one size and it's made from jersey. Now, this does look like a nightie that I own, that I bought when I was pregnant and I had my son. And what I would say about this is, because it features the buttons on the top, and it's got nice pockets, this is kind of perfect for breastfeeding, because the buttons just help whip it out. But what I really liked about this is that she has then paired it with this gorgeous leather belt, and this is what hooked me. I'm like, this would just be perfect for those days, if you're feeling like you want something soft against your skin, which jersey is, but you might not always want to have it so oversized. And I just think having a statement leather belt I just thought it looked really fun. And I was like, I could make that. We have half a cow in the corner. Like, I can make a leather belt. And it's been a while since I've done anything leather related. And I'm like, oh, I could make something really cool. So that is going to be my next rabbit hole that I go down. If you want to follow it on that particular journey, let me know. Also, the beauty of this is that it's got loads of reviews. Absolutely fantastic. Some person made 2 of them. So, you know, it must be good if someone made more than 1. Next up, we have Sundress 619, another stellar name right there from Grasser. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. And what I like about this is it comes in height ranges. I don't particularly think this dress actually needs height ranges because it looks pretty simple. It goes from a 29.9 inch bust to a 42.5 inch bust, and it is made from woven fabric. And as you can see, it is a A-shaped design. I can not necessarily use rope for the shoulders, but if I'm going to buy some rope for my nautical dress, I may as well use it for this dress as well. And I just think the rope adds a bit more of, it just zhuzhes it up a bit. It makes it a bit more different, and I think it makes it look a bit more high-end, than I would say just using some same fabric as the ties. But I think you could possibly tie this in different ways as well. So I think that would be quite fun. This is definitely suitable for beginners. But what I liked about this is the website is so comprehensive. If you just look below the pattern, it has so much information there already about like how much fabric you need. You can go click on the link and it tells you where to measure yourself. Yeah, I do think for this type of fabric, for this pattern in particular, it'd be quite easy to size up if you're out with that size range as well. Now, next up is a shirt dress. If you saw any of my videos last summer, you saw that I absolutely fell in love with shirring, and I'm excited to get back to it. But one of the problems I had was I just used the standard rectangular method for it, and I ended up then having to cut about 6 inches off the bust. Are we surprised? Compared to my hips, which, being a pear-shaped, you know, all my pear-shaped women, like, you just have my sympathy because it is a pain to get stuff to fit. Like, we ended up sewing because stuff didn't fit us in the shops, and now we've realised that we've just got to make a hell of a lot of adjustments to our patterns to get them to fit as well. I feel like there are sort of no pattern makers that make for pear-shaped, which I understand because there's so many different body types, but it does always feel like a bit of a battle. Now, this is from Sewing Bee Fabrics and is Make Your Own Pattern. And she hasn't done anything revolutionary here, but she's just used slightly different mats on the bodice versus hips. And I just think this is going to save you a lot of time on shirring. It's going to save you fabric, and you're going to have less fit issues at the end, which I'm here for. I don't want to be taking out a ton of fabric at the top after I finished everything up. This is a confident beginner, which I would say is like a 2 out of 5 difficulty. And I would say for shirring, watch a couple of videos. I'll link some below for the ones I watched. And a busy fabric works best because for me, I find it quite hard keeping everything sort of straight with shirring. It's sometimes a wee bit wibbly wobbly, and a busy fabric just hides a lot of the shirring detail. And I just think it looks even more beautiful. Next up for my 2 recommendations from Fabric Store. The first up is the Luna Camisole Sundress, and this is from a size 02 to size 28-30, and this is in woven fabric again. And this features a semi-fitted bodice, a side zipper, and a gathered skirt and patch pockets. I'm not a huge fan of zippers, and I never will be, but the fact that it's a side zipper means I can actually do my own dress up, because the zipper at the back, you know, just times when I don't want to stretch my arms all the way up and then be stuck in a dress. My husband isn't here half the year. He can't help me when he's away. This difficulty is 3 out of 5, and for Fabric Store, there does seem to be some sizing issues, so make sure you look at all the reviews. Most of the patterns generally do have reviews below, and people leave images of what they've made as well. It might be worth looking into how to measure your pattern piece and then how to work out how that's going to compare to your measurements. One person did skip the zipper and add shirring on the back, which I think is a brilliant idea to have a more closely fitted bodice without the faff of a zipper. Though I would add possibly shirring is just as much as a faff to do as a zipper. Next up is the Lucia wrapped camisole, again in the same size range in woven fabric, and this has got a drawstring waist and features a faux wrap front. I love a good v-neck. I think it's really really flattering look. I'm not a huge fan of anything that's super high necked. And again, I like the drawstring on the waist, and this does look really good. They've just gone with a nice whitish, off-white linen. I would never make something that colour because it would just not last in my house. The fit issues with this is that the straps appear to be a wee bit too long, and if you've got a fuller bust, you might have some issues. But they have linked a full bust adjustment in the reviews below. And for this, I really like the length. I possibly would add an inch or two to the length as well. Next up is the Dolman sleeve dress from Sew Mag, and this comes in a size 8 to 20. Now, I love a Dolman sleeve dress. I used to wear these for work when I used to work in the college back in the day, and they're just super easy makes and like so easy to wear, especially when you pair them with a waistband or an mine house had elasticated waistbands in the same fabric and like a nice closure. You just put on a pair of tights, throw this on, and you are good to go. Yeah, I wore mine all the time. Absolutely love them, and they made me feel really confident as well because of that waistband. Again, difficulty rate of 2 out of 5. I would add pockets, like if you're making this, stick some pockets in it. Now that wraps it up for the dresses. Well, wraps it up for the dresses? Yes, it does. As you can see, there's a few oversized flowy ones. You got the Peppermint Magazine one, you have the Orchard one, and the Grasser one. Now, I don't always want to be super flowy. So the green slip dress I made last summer, I did actually cut out some ties. I just not got around to adding them, making them up properly. Because sometimes I do like to just nip it in at the waist and just give me a bit more of a silhouette. And when I was browsing the Grasser website, I came across this dress, dress 781, and it features this amazing belt. And it never occurred to me to look into fabric belts before. I just thought like waist belts were like I think of the past now, and I'm probably showing my age. These are around when I was sort of like in my teens, I think. Yeah, in my teens. I didn't think you could do this anymore. But we don't have to follow the fashions. And then just because this lady looks so amazing, this pink ensemble, I just think it looks fantastic. I really like this belt. This comes up to a size 37-inch waist, but it's a belt. It'd be super easy to expand this. Just cut the pattern in the middle and extend it. It's really, really easy. Again, this is, I'd say, beginner level 2 out of 5. And such a fantastic way to add shape to a flowy dress, and there's no need for elastic bands if you don't want that elasticated waistband as well. And I would probably make this in a matching fabric to one of the dresses I want to make. So the other Grasser flowy dress, I think with this belt will look so much fun in my flowy fabric that I have right here. If you stick around to the end, I will show you some of the fabric I think I'm going to make up this month. But if that belt's not quite for you, there's the Gemma tie belt from Forget Me Not Patterns, and that comes in size 28 to size 52, and it features a nice bow closure. So this one's a little bit thinner, and just as cute. I really like them both. Again, suitable for beginner. And for this, you're going to learn how to turn out thin ties and to cut corners, deal with corners. So they're my 2 options to try and zhuzh up some of your outfits. So let's look at some fabric. Now, if you've watched my fabric haul video, I did write down what I wanted to make with each of those fabrics, but as you know, I have an attention span of a gnat, and this video has given me a load more inspiration. So, the nautical rope belt dress. Yes, I've got tons of this, like 4 meters. Yes. We will make that in this fabric, make it knee length, and I'm gonna go and try and find some rope. So the fabric store dresses, I think I just have enough. This is a double gauze, and I made a top out of this last summer, but I chucked it because it ended up way too short. I think I just have enough to get one of these out of it. I think this is just really nice, summery, flowy, really fantastic. Pray I have enough. This is what I made my slip dress out last year. Now it does crease like an absolute, really very creasy, but super comfy. I don't know how much I have left of this, but it feels like quite a lot. Again, one of the fabric store dresses I think would be fabulous for this, or making the shirred, a more fitted shirred one I think would look super lovely. And for the shirred dress as well, I am thinking of doing like an extra skirt, so making the bodice and the skirt separately, because I think I'd want maybe like a half circle or just something a bit, I would like a bit more skirt on it, I think. And then again, add straps on that as well to hide my bra straps. So I think that fabric will go absolutely fantastic for that. Then for my flowy dress, oh, look at it, it's so much fun. Now, when I first got it, I was like, oh, I couldn't feel it. It was giving me the heebie-jeebies because I'm quite sensitive to polyester. But I've washed it and put it through the dryer and it feels okay now. So I think this with the belt would just be, I just want to flounce. So this makes me want to flounce and just spin around in circles and feel odd mental image there for you. Then when I want to be a bit more, like I'm just going to pop to the shops and add my belt in and I'm just look stylish as hell, creating around my Labrador and my 3-year-old. So yeah, I do have more fabric. I have a lot of child's fabric in at the moment. So that wraps it up. I cannot wait to watch everyone else's videos. I'm super excited. I like to put one in the morning with a cup of coffee and just people are so inspirational. Like I would never have the time to make all the patterns I want to make. If you think there's one I should make, let me know. And if you've seen any of my fabric, if you know what fabric I have in, let me know if you think one of those fabrics is more suitable for a different pattern. And I possibly will try and make up some tutorials for these if you want to follow along with me in the chaos that is my sewing room. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. And if you haven't already, you can catch my fabric haul video here.